many more. This is a festival that is going on from now. It has actually begun the 20th of January to the 7th of February. And as it is quite a long time, 18 days, not all of the artists will be here for the same time. That means some of the artists arrive later, etc. The dimension of this project is quite large, I would say. We have altogether, if we count the invited international and Indian artists that come from Germany, USA, Spain, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai. Have I forgotten something? I don't think so. So quite big panorama of artists. Moreover, to the invited artists, there are quite a lot of initiatives working at the same time in different places in Chennai. They are the result of a selection of a call for participation in this project we had. We actually wanted to have citizens' participation, interested groups in that. We had quite a lot of applications and we selected some of these groups, and they are also working within this project. Already there have been asked some basic questions like, what is this good for? Why do we do this? What is the benefit for Chennai in this? I think this is a very good question, and we should always try to these basic questions to have a good answer. The first and basic focus of this project is art in public space. It is the question whether art should be only inside in an auditorium like this one, or in the museums, in the galleries, and all the other art temples, or whether to urban development, whether to the dynamics of a modern and big city or metropolis. You should also have a lot of art in public space. Why? Simply because everybody can go there, it's free, like this, it's a part of everyday life. That is the one reason. And the other one is that, of course, you can beautify, give color, give art and artistic experience to a lot of places that are connected to the urban development of our fast-growing cities in the 21st century. So in a few days, and beginning already now, at the moment we work in three important sites in Egmore station for the moment, and in other places. You will get, with all the file that you also have a list of all the dates and the spaces where we work. I think we all think with art in public space, which is street art, but which can be a lot of other things like sculptures and sound art and light installations and so many other, or simply events in public space. I think Chennai can be a even more attractive and pleasant town. This is on the one hand, and there is proof by many research that a town is more attractive if there is a lot of cultural and artistic activity going on in public spaces. So this might attract, of course, more tourism and commerce, etc. But for us, I think, as organizers of this project, the most important point is that there are more attractive places with art and color for the citizens themselves. Another important point why we do this, to give answer to this question, what is it good for? I think the rapid changes that all these metropolises in the 21st century are undergoing, it is very good to have a high citizens' participation in these projects. And to have participation by artists is a very special thing because they answer to all these challenges and questions with a specific means of art, symbolism of art, the challenging questions of art, etc. So we think to draw more attention for artists and creative people, everybody who wants to do something in this town, to
the government of Tamil Nadu in the areas of traffic, transportation, environment and urban planning. When we met Goethe Institute to talk to them about their project, this is street art. Earlier it was called street art, now it's called Conquer the Concrete. So we said it falls in place because our aim is, basically Chennai City Connect's aim is to make Chennai a better place to live in. And we think having street art, having colorful places makes the city that much more livable. That's the way we look at it. Like Helmut said, there has been a lot of apprehension at various levels as to what street art is all about. And I'm sure this is the second initiative, with more of these initiatives and as people see colorful street art at different places in the city, this gets more acceptable and we get more involvement by local artists, volunteer groups. We've got a group called the Paintbrush, which is also part of this event, where we have volunteer painters who know nothing about painting. They are interested, so they work with these professional artists and do whatever they feel is creative. So it's an opportunity for people to learn, and the Corporation of Chennai has allowed painting to be done in schools, and as part of that initiative, there is going to be a workshop there wherein the teachers and the students are also going to be involved, so that the idea is to create that much of movement so that tomorrow the children can also be part of this movement. So that's the whole idea. We are very glad to be part of this initiative, and I'm sure this will go from strength to strength in the years to come. Thank you very much.
Have been mentioned by Helmut and also by Waldstein. So I would just focus a little bit more on the artistic part of this project. Also afterwards, every artist will speak about his words just in a few lines, but maybe we can just have some images, because we are speaking about street art, and in India it's quite a new phenomenon. There are artists, street artists in this country, but it's a new phenomenon. It's just that we have an idea what we are speaking about, what is the proposal of this project, and why it could be interesting to work with street artists in India. So just fall down to have an idea. So street art is, the roots of street art lay in graffiti writing. That has been a phenomenon of, or is still a phenomenon of people who are writing their names and with different styles on the walls and trains of the cities, mostly illegal. 15 years ago, there have been some changes when people start to work much more figurative, or also changing a little bit the rules, not only painting their names, but also going a little bit more in the direction of also animation, a lot of influence from comics and abstract works. So it was from this point very open. We are focusing much more on the artists that are painting directly on the wall, but also technically it became much more open. So street art has also techniques like paste ups on the wall, paper pasted up on the wall, or the stencil techniques. So, for example, this you can see that. In the beginning, it was also related much more to fast interventions in public space during the night, but step by step, it also institutions have been involved, or also festivals, private initiatives started. For example, the wall we have seen before by Okuda. So, a Spanish artist who will join us in a few days. Walls like this for sure are done with a commission during several days with a lot of material, but you can also see, if you have a look on all the paintings that we have seen so far, that there are really different styles. So there's a variety of directions how you can work with street art and how you can work with a public space. For us, it is very interesting to work in India because it's a new phenomenon. And if you're working from the point of view of the street artists in Europe and put them in the context of India, it's very, very rich for the artists, and it's very rich also for the artist exchange with Indian artists. So that means the context is completely different from the environment in the city in, for example, Berlin or Munich, and of Chennai, where you might know also that the visual part is very different. So maybe a illegal painting in the night in Munich could be a provocation, while painting in the streets here is something which is really rich, which gives dynamics and new aesthetics in the public space.